Welcome to the Tech Today podcast. It's your host, John Maeda. So I would encourage you to follow us, as you see here, at newsletter.techtodayholdings.com. And I'd say that 90% of what I publish here is free. This also feeds into our Tech Today dashboard through the Tech Today Pulse product. And if you watch my video from yesterday, if I can't successfully find a earnings calendar to bring into Tech Today dashboard, then I may just bring in the Tech Today newsletter uh, separately, so that if you're not interested in our technology aggregation service, Tech Today Pulse, you could still have access to this Tech Today newsletter without all of the other third-party technology-related content. So that's something I am considering. So I wrote this last night. Uh, Scale is a subject that's near and dear to me. It's probably my favorite subject. That's why ultimately I left the sell side and became a corporate executive on the M&A side, uh, trying to think through how to achieve scale in a competitive environment is very interesting. And Google has a structural cost advantage as it relates to AI, given that it owns its own cloud. So, in terms of its cloud service, Google Cloud Platform, uh, Google makes its own chips. I am not sure what Google's coverage is in terms of chips. I don't know if they've ever made that public, but they buy chips from NVIDIA. They buy chips from AMD, and they make their own chips. They are TPU chips. They design uh, their TPU chips. That effort started in 2013, and Broadcom will manufacture those chips for Google. Uh, TSMC also makes chips for Google, and so in making its own chips, at least in those instances where that is true, Google doesn't have to pay a markup on the chips. In addition, obviously, there is the matter of the software and related services that acts as a wrapper for the chip to deliver Google Cloud. Um, those services are very complex. Uh, Google has uh, been in the cloud business, if you will, since inception, given that search was a cloud offering. So Google is certainly expert in the cloud and has a tremendous amount of capacity. And therefore, Google does not have to pay a markup price to rent somebody else's cloud to deliver its Gemini models. Conversely, OpenAI and Anthropic need to pay third parties, whether it be Oracle or Microsoft Azure or Amazon AWS. Anthropic and OpenAI need to pay third parties to host and deliver their respective family of Gen AI models. So that's a structural advantage that Google has and will always have, unless those two companies can ever find themselves in a position to uh, really scale their own proprietary cloud businesses. And I don't know if they ever catch up, given that Google has a couple decades worth of domain expertise. So this structural cost advantage allows Google to get creative as it relates to its go-to-market strategy for Gemini. Google could simply put that structural cost advantage in its pocket and have more profitability, Google could subsidize, could take that profit and fully deploy it as a subsidy to the models and bring the models to market more cheaply. It could subsidize a portion of Gemini's price at market. It could roll out different versions of Gemini where you have the free tier, and then you have the $20 premium tier. You could have a $5 tier. You get my point. It gives the structural cost advantage gives Google optionality as it relates to its Gemini go-to-market strategy. And it's going to have that structural cost advantage for at least as far as the eye can see. That's all for now. See you next time.